everyone, welcome to the next episode on series of digital transformation season 2. In the last episode we talked about various use cases of digital transformation in FMCG industry, Unilever, the conglomerate of FMCG. In this episode we would talk about another such big firm and various use cases of digital transformation they have used. This time it is automotive industry, and our use case would be from Renault Group. Little bit of background on Renault Group. It's a French multinational, as the name suggests. Started manufacturing automobiles in 1899, a long history that it has. It was nationalized after World War II in 1945, and it remained nationalized till 1996 when it was privatized again. We have heard about an alliance, Renault, Nissan, Mitsubishi alliance, that came in after it got privatized, and this alliance basically looks at optimization of the costs by platform sharing of their vehicles. Let's come on to a bit of this project background on digital transformation. Renault had more than 2,000 legacy applications when they started off this initiative in middle of last decade. And these applications were there in Renault Group for more than 10, 15 and even more than that. The anticipated business benefit coming out when they started this project was around Euro 600 million every year, and they surpassed this record for sure. So if we go further into it, now let's look at what all things they did across their value chain using this project of digital transformation as an ambit. The first set of examples let me put forth are around a bigger buzzword, Industry 4.0. Renault started thinking about how they can improve on their manufacturing processes and leverage technology to benefit out of it. So first of this use case is about collaboration between robots and humans, what is called as cobots, collaborative robots. We would have known about a lot of the work which is being done by such robots, for example in the paint shop, so such heavy duty work. But when it comes to automotive industry, there are other nuances as well. Robots in a way where they can work hand in hand with humans. So what was being done is repetitive tasks were being done by these robots, but humans focused more on complex tasks like quality control. This is a very different use case of robots the way we would have heard earlier. Then the next example of what they did under Industry 4.0 is automated guided vehicle, AGV. How they utilized it is for these personalization of vehicles, the parts are given to the specific bay and the operator almost just in time, JIT. This way, they are utilizing the age-old concept of JIT, and they have incorporated technology of AGV into it. They don't need human operators to get the stuff from one place to the another on the shop floor. Then the next example is about how they improved the work being done on the shop floor. So what happened is, this use case, if you look at it, in Renault plants, the teams are organized in a size of 10 to 12 people with one team lead with it, and this team lead is responsible for the delivery of those vehicles, the production output as well as quality of the vehicles. Now this guy has to look at what the team is doing on the shop floor. If he had to interact with anything on their systems, the laptops, the desktops, he had to go back to the office where he had to walk and do those things in the system, get those inputs, come back to the shop floor. Now this effectively meant that team lead was walking around 12 kilometers on a daily basis. This is where the digital transformation team came into picture. They thought about what if the information that the lead is looking at in the office is provided to them on a handheld on the shop floor wherever they are working. For that, two things had to be done. One, a handheld which is having all the required inputs and the connected system it has to have, and for connectivity they had to have a Wi-Fi network across their manufacturing plants. So this was done, and it started saving 45 minutes every day for that team lead. It also meant quality of the output, that is the cars, went up. Indeed, a best utilization of the digital transformation enabled process. Let's go to the next part. Now here we'll talk about this IoT sensors. So IoT, Internet of Things, we know about it. It's being used in a lot of places. And where did Renault use it? So one part was in the machines in order to provide them predictive maintenance inputs. The sensors would tell them what is the status of the machine. Rather than waiting for a breakdown, they could do it earlier and save millions of dollars out of that. The other part was in terms of traceability of the material which is being shipped, complete traceability. If the material is being shipped from one warehouse to a manufacturing location or between two manufacturing locations, based on the sensors which were fit on these moving material, they knew where the material is when it would reach the destination. It gave them a lot of time to plan things accordingly. Then they started putting a lot of these data to use. The IoT sensors get a lot of data. Apart from that, all the systems that they have for manufacturing and any other process had a lot of embedded data in it. Using them, they started managing the supply chain in real time. And basis that, they started having improvements overall in their process as well. To do a lot of these things, what I've talked about, Renault needed right quality of skill set as well. Instead of looking outwards only, they started creating a part of these skill sets within their group itself. And therein came this digital hub called Renault Digital. It provided all the necessary skill set to run such digital projects, be it a skill set of, let's say, a Scrum Master, or be it an app developer or a front-end developer, a full-stack developer. All such skills which were not there with the group earlier started getting curated and incubated in this Renault Digital. So this way they were able to take care of needs of multiple projects to a greater extent within the group itself, rather than being at privy to external partners. Now if we look at a couple of other use cases, the next one is about the mobile app. The mobile app that Renault Group had, they customized it for various regions as well, and it started having them connected with their customers in a better way. Earlier, how was the connection with the customer? It was basically to sell via a dealership. After that, it was all gone unless and until the customer comes back for any purchase that he has to make or any service that they had to do. Now with a mobile app, they don't have to wait for the customer to come back or call the customer for any such thing. They can be sent push notifications on the app. The customer can do things whenever they want. And on the India version of the app, it was a industry first feature of e-commerce facility. If they had to buy something, let's say a service or a accessory, they could do it on that. So these were some innovation being done on the mobile app as well. Now let's look at another such example. When they were doing a lot of such things, training came into picture. Now for training of people into newer technologies, if I relate to the earlier example of cobots being used or handheld devices being used on the plant, they had to provide training to a lot of people on the shop floor. So they started using AR and VR into these training modules as well. So even training was transformed digitally. So this way a change came in via technology. On the overall part for change management for such a huge initiative, they had a dedicated team. In fact, Renault wanted to be among the most attractive employer in the world for digital talent. That is why they started routing their work, the HR related work as well, in a way that they become an attractive employer for future prospects. So this is how we see a lot of things that has been done by Renault Group leveraging various technologies. So I hope you would have got a good idea of what technology can do for an older, if I put it, a brick and mortar or a physical product selling organization also. The earlier example of Unilever and this of Renault Group, we know that if technology can be used in the right way, there are value adds across. Initially, I talked about the results that they anticipated on a yearly basis of 600 million euros to be saved every year. In fact, they overachieved it and they are targeting now more than €1 billion every year. What it means is that it is a big benefit to Renault Group as such in terms of leveraging this talent and technology. That's all for this episode. In the next episode, we'll talk about future trends and challenges of digital transformation that we need to be mindful about. Do like, share and comment on this episode. Any questions that you have, you can reach out via comments. I'll be ready to help you with all your queries. Thank you.